was like, what, 2015, which made the channel? I mean, the idea was to practice what I learned about After Effects and Premiere Pro. And one night, I had this dream that it was like a recurrent dream, or like somehow recurrent. Like it always started the same, right? Like there was a big explosion. And what happened after was that it was different, so it made me think, hey, what if I can connect all of those dreams and make a good story? There was a problem. I didn't know how to start that, and every day was a different dream, so every day was a new idea. And that kept changing until like a couple years ago, where I published the first dream reality video, or like tasting it in reality, and it was like, you know what? This can work. This is the start, and this is the end. I just need to organize the in-betweens, and that was easier to say than done. You can compare making a video to a game start that facing that big monster that is very intimidating, and it's going to kill you several times. It's going to be hard, but eventually you are going to be able to hit that final hit and won. And that moment is going to be the best moment. The story in this video, it's very simple, right? I know where it needs to fit. I just need to grab those ideas and combine them into a single one that tells a cohesive story. I mean, this is a video, not a book or a written story. It is a visual story, so you can have to write something interesting and emotional, but the moment that you see it play, it doesn't feel good. So being a single person, you need to reduce the possibilities to make errors, and one of those is by doing a storyboard and then animating that in what is called an animatic. This allows us to see possible changes. We have a scene that we were like, well, we are missing something here, and we add it. And sometimes, even when you do that, you ended up changing everything. We ended up deleting that entire scene because of that, and in the end it's for a better result. I mean, for this, the story was very simple. That at the beginning it feels wrong, you know that something is not right, but I feel that it's good to start simple to make it possible for me to do. The idea is just like you have the nerd, the computer dies. Beyond that, you have like a deal with this AI assistant that, by the way, is a reference to previous video. I think that is the one with most views on the channel, I don't know. But you have that idea that is like this AI assistant, Monica, that at one point I make a promise to her of doing something, and then she's dying, right? But it's just a computer, it's just a machine. Why do I accept that? And especially, the only way to save her is to do a spell that is going to have big consequences. She just comes, saves me, I understand something, and you can say, oh, you are understanding what you want to hear, but no, that is not the case. I hear what she's telling me, because obviously I don't want her to do that, but she just says, do it. Everything is going to be alright, and I'm like, fine, I'll do it and face the consequences of it. And we did all of that for real, no CG. Are we really doing one of those? Like, not only I need to came up like this, and like the bit of we made it all for real. Like, come on, do you really think that we make this all for real? Like a series about dreams, all for real? That is not true. It's quite the opposite. We need to use VFX, computer graphics, all of that combined to make it true. Because you cannot film dreams. You can only film what you think and you believe real. And what is the process to make that? Well, for example, you start simple, right? Like you grab a sphere, very simple shapes and all of that. And then combine everything, detail by detail, you combine everything, and suddenly you have a copy of the real thing. You are going to finish with an object. It's going to be like a plastic toy at that point. So you need to do four. And I don't know why people do not use four with curves in Blender a lot. Like I know it's new, but it is very good. Like you follow the same principle like particle hairs, like paint whatever you want your hairs to grow. But whatever, we only missing animation, right? And for that we need to create a rig. Very simple to animate, very straightforward. You have a bone for every part of the body, easy. The snake, also easy to create the skeleton. It's just like a long spine and a mouth, and that's all. For the snake, those are squibbly wibbly things. So how do you do that? Well, the simplest way is to use a card. You link your skeleton to a card. Use control points. You have empties that control the card. You create a bone that controls the empty. Everything is on the same armature. Basically, now having the animation, we can render. And oh boy, if I was in my background, you will see that you need to develop another hobby. Because boy oh boy, it's going to take a long time. The cool thing is that if you do everything properly, you capture a 360 image of the scene and use it to illuminate your scene. Your compositing is going to be simple. Drag your image, you change a little bit the colors to match both, and then you combine everything with like film grain or something like that. You add a little more blur, all of that, and magically it's done. I mean, that's what it makes everything look, feel in camera. Oh jeez, I forgot that you were alive. And that is the beauty of prank, VFX and CGI, right? You make something that is not real, and by the way, you go back to your background. You don't belong here. You know what? Yeah, fine. Like I'm in frame here. Like okay, yeah. So where was I? Yeah. So that's the beauty of VFX, right? Like you make something that it's obviously not real look real. I mean, pretty visuals is not everything, right? That you need to make a cool video. We experience the world with all our senses. A video, we experience it with two principal senses, right? We see it and we hear it. Visually, we can interpret like, oh, that is a squishy texture, that is like going to be fluffy, that is going to be rough. We experience like the texture visually, and we can imagine the smell that it has by the sound. If we hear flies buzzing there, like we know that that is going to be a nasty place. We thought that the noise when the computer starts dying was a good place to hide an image. Not only the sound is something that you hear that is unpleasant, but it's going to show you something, and that something is telling you something. So if you're a nerd, you're gonna understand that. Have fun with that. There is more secrets on the video. Just have fun. Anyway, sound was very important for us, and me coming from a universe where everything is music and all of that, like originally I was supposed to do the music, but when I saw the video it was like, you know what? That music that you choose in the pre-stages, like, I don't know, like it was fit. Arriving here, obviously it wasn't easy, it was complicated. There were a lot of problems. It took more than we expected to have took. Renders, like effects taking more time than they should have. In the end, most of the you are probably watching this on your phone while you are on the bathroom, so does it matter? This is a good point to finish it. The date is important, and it is just like we start using our calendar after the Torash, but I wasn't supposed to say that. Whatever. Keep that, yeah, keep that, it doesn't matter, but it fit perfectly, right? Like what it should be, the date towards what the day is. It's just like perfect. Yeah, I mean, at this point is where you usually hear like the self promotion, and like we plan to do that. We plan to print stuff, but technical difficulties happen. We were able to print stuff, and we make some backgrounds that is just stills from the video. We probably are gonna post it on the coffee page, so or art post at this point on the coffee page. So go there. It's free for you basically. And you see all the behind the scene images that we post almost every month. The live stream channel almost every week until we were on the final rush. Have fun, and I will see you in another dream.